start our class today. So in the previous day, we were discussing about the input operations in Java, how to take inputs. And while taking inputs, we came across that Java allows streams. There are two streams. One is the input stream, another one is the output stream. And when we came across the streams, then we also came across a new kind of memory, and that is the buffer. Now, what is buffer? I explained that buffer is the small memory location between the memory and the CPU. Hopefully, all of you can listen me. If not, then just give me an indication that you are unable to listen me. Okay, so buffer is a small memory location between the CPU and the main memory. What is the function of buffer? The buffer keeps or stores the data, the instructions, those are required for the processing task of the CPU. We know that all the processing work and all the task of the computer is done by the CPU. So whatever instructions and informations or data is required before actually it starts the processing, they are being stored in the buffer. Similarly, we are giving the information data to for execution or needed for the execution of the program. Therefore, they also are required and thus they are stored in the buffer. So we need the buffer reader to read the input provided by the user. First part is done. So just for recapitulation of the previous days, so I'm going to share the screen with you. I'm just going to share the screen with you. Okay, so that day we have discussed about this program. Open or yeah, it's taking some time. Yeah. Now, in this program, we have discussed a lot, isn't it? So, buffered reader, input stream reader. Now, what is the need of input stream reader? What is the need of buffered reader? And then, what is this? This is the line we had not discussed about. Okay, so I'm going to share the another screen with you and see what actually happens. Now, I'm going to share the another screen with you. So here I'll be discussing the content. Now, what is that is we had written, sorry, is the pen. Yeah. So we had written that int x equals to integer dot parse int within bracket we had written br dot read line. Now, what does this actually means? Why we need to write all of them? This is simple. This is the data type we want to store, means we are going to store a or accept a integer type value. This is the name of the variable. There is no problem in it. Now, integer. What is this? This is the class that defines int. The class that defines the primitive data type int. Now, what is this? This is the method that converts any other data type to int type. Okay, hopefully you can understand the handwriting as it is being digitized. So it is, it may break cracks and break somewhere. Now, this is the object of buffered reader, object of, better I will write capital, buffered reader. Now this whole, the remaining portion, it is a method of buffered reader to read a line. Hopefully you can understand this. So this is the means the need. Now, if we use the input stream reader and buffered reader, we have to use this. Now, if you want to accept a float, if you want to accept a float instead of accepting an integer, so what would be the statement? Maybe say float y equals to float dot parse float, and then the remaining part remains the same as it is, whatever the buffered reader object is, and then read line. Okay, now what are the other functions of buffered reader? So that we can accept input from the user. To accept a character from the user, the buffered reader method is, say, I'm showing you, to accept a char ch equals to, within bracket, you have to put a char. Then you have to write just br dot read. Now you can see we have two methods. One is read line, another one is read. So what is the difference between these two? Read line reads the whole line we are trying to enter. Means until we press the enter key, whatever is being entered or everything will be read using the read line. But read, the read method, it only reads the first character, nothing else. If we put on, say, we try to put a, x, y. Okay, now as we press the enter, what will be stored in ch? Ch will store only the a. Rest 2, the x and y, they remains in the string. They will remain in the string. And if they remain in the string, you can understand there may be problem. There may be problem because the x and y, it will block the whole string. You would not accept, you are not accepting those two, and you accepted only the a. So what happens? They will block the string. So there may be error. Okay. Now the another method of taking input. We are going to the moving on to the another method of taking input, and as well as I'm going to clear the board. So first let me clear it out. So another method of taking input, I think already you are you can, I'm going to stop the sharing. Okay. I'm going to stop the sharing. Where is, here it is. And where we are would be trying the another method of sharing. Sorry, another method of taking input. Now, what would be the another method? My goodness, what is the problem? I had closed. Can you see the screen, people? Yes, can you see the Java screen, Java BlueJ screen? If you can see the BlueJ screen, can you, anyone of you raise your hand and indicate, okay, we are able. Okay, Prachi, you have doubt or Prachi?
Sir, we are not able to see the screen.
अच्छा BlueJ screen नहीं दिख रहा है. अच्छा अभी हम दिखा रहे हैं screen. Okay,
No, sir.
okay, okay. Multiple participant, one participant can share the screen. So I'm going to show you the BlueJ screen now. Yes, yes, you can see the BlueJ screen now, hopefully. Yeah, now we are going to create or use another method of accepting. The another method of accepting is the scanner class. Now, how to use the scanner class? Already we had used it over here. So I'm going to take the same example from here. So let us see. Now, in this, let's move up, move up. Oh, annotation बंद करो. थोड़ा सा ऊपर जाते हैं और annotate करते हैं. Now, in the first statement, you can see here. This is the interface. This is the package, and this is the class. So Java interface defines the util package where there is a number of classes to perform different operations, and one of the class in util package is the scanner. Now, what is the function of the scanner? Scanner is the class. Scanner is the class that accepts just let me move it out. Scanner is the class that accepts pre-formatted data. Now, what does this mean? Pre-formatted means we need not to format it. हम लोग को जिस डेटा टाइप में चाहिए उसी डेटा टाइप में हम लोग सीधे एक्सेप्ट कर सकते हैं. इसलिए स्कैनर क्लास क्या है, ज्यादा आसान है. नाउ एज वेल एज स्कैनर हैव सम प्रॉब्लम, जिसके चलते हर जगह पे एवरीवेयर वी कैन नॉट यूज स्कैनर. Scanner has a few problems. And what is that problem is? The problem is we cannot be able to accept a scanner, accept a character through scanner. स्कैनर के जरिए हम लोग एक कैरेक्टर किसी हाल में एक्सेप्ट नहीं कर सकते. That is the limitation of scanner. Whereas if we are using the buffered reader, we can accept or we can format the input data input into any data type. तो ये कुछ लिमिटेशन है, कुछ एडवांटेज है, तो सब मिला जुला के कहाँ पे कौन सी क्लास, कौन सी इनपुट डिवाइस, इनपुट मेथड यूज करना है, you have to judge. Okay, now next one, we come to this portion here. This is the name of the class. Then we are creating the object. This is the scanner object. And also when creating the scanner object, it needs a in variable object type in type एक चाहिए. समझ में आ गया? Now what is the need of that in is the system dot in. This is only responsible for receiving all output. This is only responsible for receiving all input. And mistakenly did I say output? Yes, I think I said output. It is responsible for taking all input. In the another one, just let me show you. In the another one also, this one, you can see we had used those, don't go in those annotations super above. In this, you can see we had used the in here. So you can understand all the in objects. In, it is very important for taking the input. Okay, now, where did it went? Yeah, remove all annotations. I'm clearing the all. Okay, fine. Now, rest is fine. Rest other, there is no problem. Okay, that's all with the inputs. So now you have understood the two different methods of taking input, one through the buffer reader and another through the input stream reader. Now, advantages of scanner is we can take pre-formatted inputs, that, and disadvantage, we cannot accept a character. And the other way, the buffer reader, all the inputs needed to be formatted. In buffer reader, the default input is string. Now, and in the scanner, the default input may be of any data type. Fine, that's all. In the input section, we will be now doing a few programs later, not today. We'll discuss few programs after taking the input, as instead of assuming, still now we had assumed all the things. Now we will start programming using the input method. And before we start the input method, let us discuss the content that we had left, जो हम लोग छोड़ दिए हैं. कौन चैप्टर छोड़े हैं, जल्दी से बताओ. We have 34 participants in the class today. So before I continue, let me take your attendance. Akanksha, class 9A, Akanksha is there. Then Adarsh Raj, followed by Anupama Thakur. Anupama Thakur. Then Aviditya, Ayush Kumar, then Dilkhush, then Gaurav. कहाँ है भाई गौरव? गौरव तो नाम ही नहीं है. Who's this? गौरव कुमार, पता नहीं. गौरव का नाम नहीं है मेरे हिसाब से यहाँ पे. I don't see any Gaurav Kumar in my class, so I'm not going to give the attendance, whoever it is. Now, next is Ishika Singh. Ishika Singh is there. Then Kriti Raj. Kriti Raj is there. Then Kumar Abhishek. Kumar Abhishek is there. Then Kumari Kanak. Kumari Kanak is there. Then Kumari Prerna Anand. Prerna is there. then Gaurav, I'll be coming to you. Wait, okay. Push, push. Where is Kush? है कुछ, तेरा नाम नहीं है? Then ये देखो कुछ भी हाथ उठा दिया, हाथ नीचे कर, गधा, तेरा नाम है. Then Mayank Kumar is there. Then comes MD Afsar, Ayan, then Imroj, then Kamar Ahmed, Wah, Mondas, then comes Nishant Singh, Nishant Kumar Singh. Okay, निशांत सिंह का हो गया. प्राची बर्नवाल, फाइन. प्रतीक आर्यन, then प्रेम टुडू, then प्रेमजीत कुमार, then प्रिंस कुमार, then comes Rajnandini, Rajiv Ranjan, and Rashi Gupta, and Roshan Kumar, then Saria Jamal, and Shreya Kashyap. Only Shreya is written. I think she's father's name is Ajay Kumar. Then comes Srishti Kumari, then Swan Prakash, and at last Vedant Kumar. Okay, now yes, Gaurav.
यस सर.
क्या नाम है?
सर हम तो गौरव कुमारी नाम.
हाँ, गौरव कुमारी.
कुमारी नाम.
बेटा गौरव
कुमार ही
कुमार.
नाम है.
बेटा गौरव कुमार तो कोई दिख नहीं रहा है मेरे यहाँ पे. आर यू फ्रॉम बी,
Nine है.
सेक्शन बी?
नो सर 9 है. सुमन सर.
मगर गौरव कुमार कोई है नहीं रे. एनीवे, I'll be confirm it in the school office once again, okay? क्योंकि गौरव कुमार तुम्हारा नाम यहाँ पे नहीं है. हम आज का अटेंडेंस तुम्हारा दे रहे हैं, मगर एक बार स्कूल में कंफर्म कर लेना, ठीक है? गौरव छोड़ के चल गया. ओके,
यस सर.
हाँ, स्कूल में एक बार कंफर्म कर लेना, ठीक है, कि ए में हो कि
Yes.
बी में हो. क्योंकि ए में
सर हम
कोई.
बी में पहले दिन बी में गए थे तो सिस्टर
हाँ.
बोली थी क्या कि बी में ज्यादा बच्चा हो गया, हम एनरोल मतलब मेरा एडमिशन फीस
अच्छा
जमा नहीं
अच्छा
था तो सिस्टर बोली थी ए में आ
अच्छा,
जाओ, तो हम
ठीक है,
एनरोलमेंट
ठीक है, ठीक है,
हम ए
समझ
में आ
गए. मतलब तुम बाद में एडमिशन एनरोलमेंट कार्ड बाद में जमा किए हो, है ना?
गए. यस. उसी
हाँ,
दिन जमा
इसीलिए.
किए, थोड़ा लेट.
अच्छा, वन
एनरोलमेंट कार्ड उसी दिन
मोर.
लिए.
ओके, कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं, हम तुम्हारा नाम लिख लिए हैं. वन मोर पर्सन केम इन, दैट इज श्रावणी सिंह. Shravani Singh. There is no one named as Shravani Singh also. Let me get her in and ask. Okay. So आज और शायद कुछ हो, देखते हैं. टाइम बहुत बचा हुआ है, करेंगे ही. Shravani, if you are in, then raise your hands. I think she is facing some problem maybe. So Gaurav का mute भी नहीं है.
Sir, your microphone is off.
Because of some problem maybe I was disconnected. So hopefully all of you can listen me again. Now we were talking about the operators. Now what are operators? Operators are the symbols those can perform mathematical or logical operations. Operators are the symbols those can perform mathematical or logical operations. Now, when we talk about the operators can also be categorized depending upon the type of the operation they perform and also depending upon the number of operands they need. There is only 10 minutes left. That is enough for us. We have already taken the attendance. So we'll be continuing till the end of the program. Okay. Now, as I had said you, the operators are the symbols that can perform mathematical or logical operations. So depending upon the operations, the operators can be categorized, as well as it can also be categorized depending upon the number of operands in need. Now, what are operands? Operands are the things on which operands are the values or data types or the variables on which the operator perform the operation. Now, depending upon the types of operands or number of operands, the operators are categorized into three groups. They are categorized into three groups. Number one, unary operator. Now, unary operator means the operator that needs only one operand. That needs only one operand. Examples: not, negation, negation symbol. Negation, we always think that minus a minus b means negation, as well as minus b, only minus b. It is also is possible. So that is negation. Only one operand is needed. Then we have the increment operator, plus plus, the decrement operator, minus minus. Then we have the not operator, logical not. So these are the few operators, those needs only one operand. So they are unary operator. Number two type, second type is binary operator. Binary operators are the operators, those need two operands. Those need two operands. Most of the mathematical operators are binary. Say A, we always perform A plus B, A minus B, A into B, A divided by C, A mod C. So similarly, you can understand there is a number of operators. The most of the operators are binary. And the third one is ternary. I think we had taken the example of ternary operator. I have shown you the example of ternary operator using the exclamation, question mark and the colon symbol, isn't it? So they needs three operands. The first one, if you see about, I've memorized about them. The first one is the question mark. The first one is the question mark. The second one is the result or the value that we want to perform, the statement that we want to perform, if the condition is true or the relation is satisfied. And After the colon, we have the portion that we want to execute if the relation is false or the condition is false. So that's all in the types of operators depending upon the number of operands. Now we come to the operands depending upon the operation they perform. When we divide them, depending upon the operation they perform, the first one is arithmetic operators. Arithmetical operators. So arithmetical operators, they can perform mathematical operations like multiplication, division, addition, subtraction, finding the modulus, etc. The second is logical. Logical operands, ampersand, or, and, not, and, or, and, not. These are the logical operators. And or, they are of binary type, whereas not is of unary type. Now, what is the need of and or? They are mostly used. They are mostly, I'm not saying they cannot perform any other task, but they are mostly used to combine two relationship. दो रिलेशन को जोड़ने के लिए यूज किया जाता है लॉजिकल ऑपरेटर and nor, or. Not doesn't need because it has only one operand. Number 3, depending upon the operation, that is relational operator. Now, what are relational operators are? Relational operators checks the relationship between two quantities. दो quantity के बीच में वो relationship check करता है. What may be the relationship as greater than, smaller than, greater than equals to, smaller than equals to, not equals to, or they may be equals to. Fine. Number 4 is bitwise operator. Now, what are bitwise operator? Although it is not in your syllabus, but you need to have the knowledge of bitwise operators. Bitwise operators are the operators those perform on bit level value of the variables. जो वेरिएबल या वैल्यू हम लोग असाइन करेंगे उसको कंप्यूटर जिस तरीके से समझता है, मतलब बिट लेवल पे समझता है. Computer understands everything in the form of zeros and ones. We know that. So the bitwise operators performs the operation on bit level. That means zeros and ones. जो वैल्यू कंप्यूटर खुद समझता है उस वैल्यू के हिसाब से वो bitwise operators काम करता है. We'll take some example in the next class, not through the program. I'll just show you how they works, as it is not in your syllabus, neither in 9 nor in 10. Okay, now these are the few kinds of operators. Beside that, there are other kinds of operators that perform different other tasks. For example, dot operator. The dot operator indicates which object or a class belongs to which class or package. We can say dot operators as the operator that indicates the scope or belongivity. And another operator is new, N-E-W, new operator. The new operator is used to create a new object of a class. We had used it. You may not have followed it properly, but we already had used it. Where? When we created the object, isn't it? Calculator, OB equals to new calculator. Then we had created in scanner, SC equals to new scanner. Input stream reader, ISR equals to new input stream reader. So new operator, it creates a new object. Now comes, these are the simples. Then comes complex type operators. They are also be termed as shorthand operators. Someone says it, shorthand operators. Yes, they are shorthand. The shorthand operators like plus equals to, minus equals to, multiply equals to. We'll take example later, not today. We'll take example of everything. Now we have only a few seconds left. So I'm going to stop the class today and we will continue with operator and their example next day. Have a nice day. Hopefully you don't have any other class today. Many teachers are taking rest. Today is the May Day. Okay, have a nice day.